Hey nerds, welcome back to another Sims 4 Speed Creator Sim video. In today's video I'm making Angus, who is the sim that I teased in my previous video, and if you haven't watched that I highly suggest you do, just so you can get a better full picture of this sim and his connection with the other one that I made, who is Ting. But anyway, while I'm applying some skin details, I will tell you a bit about him. So this is Angus, he is 17 and he was born in the 1300s in the Scottish Highlands, and in the prologue to my book he actually drowns, which is quite a morbid way to start the book, but when he wakes up he is in a river and he manages to pull himself out, and that is when he discovers that he is in 2023, which is the present time, or it was when I started the book. Now it is obviously 2024, but yes, he realizes that he has somehow travelled 700 years in the future and he's woken up in the present time, and obviously that is a huge shock to him, and he really doesn't manage to come to terms with this, and he really struggles with believing it, I suppose, and believing that everything that he's ever known is just lost in the past. And throughout the book he does struggle with this. He struggles with the grief of, you know, having lost everything he's ever known, and Ting really helps him to adjust to his new life, and she really helps him to kind of work through his grief, and in turn he helps her with her own struggles, which I talked about in her video. So if you're interested, you better check that out. But here I am just applying some skin details. He's got kind of greenish hazel eyes, freckles, and auburn hair. And for his hair, I actually used the hair overlay mod, which is the mod where you can change some of the swatches for the hairs, and it works on almost all hairs. I did test it with all my custom content and I was very, very impressed. It actually turned out really good. I managed to get his hair the exact kind of auburn shade that I was hoping for, so I highly recommend. It's really fun. And for his clothing, I wanted his clothing to feel kind of casual, like very casual, as if he's kind of found it in like Lost and Found, or been given, you know, lent things from other people. So he wears a lot of the same things in most of his outfits, and he wears the same pair of shoes, I believe, in every outfit. And I kind of gave him this really like unfashionable pair of shoes for a teenager. I just thought that was quite funny that he's obviously, you know, got a pair of shoes that are totally not fashionable for a young person, but I thought it was really funny, and I loved making his outfits. I did struggle a bit, but in the end he turned out super cute. But anyway, in the book, in the start of it, he is very subdued, very depressed. He doesn't really see a way forward. He doesn't see how he can have a purpose in this life, and he doesn't really find a reason to keep going apart from Ting, and she really helps him to find his purpose. And he does struggle to communicate at first. Obviously he's very emotional. He doesn't know how to work through his feelings, and he doesn't know how to voice the immensity of, you know, the grief that he's feeling. So he communicates through drawings and pictures. And Ting really loves this. Obviously she is a historian. She loves history and everything to do with, you know, the past and finding out new information. So she really encourages him to keep up his artwork and keep up his drawing. And he finds joy in it. He finds joy in putting his thoughts and his memories to life, and he enjoys sculpting as well. I imagine he likes sculpting like scenery from his life. So I imagine the Scottish Highlands, you know, there's beautiful lakes and hills and like not mountains, but, you know, big things, naturey things. That was a terrible way to phrase that. But he really enjoys sculpting his memories and scenes from his memories, and that becomes his passion, that becomes his reason to keep going. And he realizes that actually his purpose is to not let people forget. He doesn't want people to forget the past. He wants to be remembered. He wants the people from his past to be remembered, because he finds it very difficult to realize that everything and anyone he's ever known has just been lost to time, and he doesn't want that to happen. He wants people to remember his loved ones and to remember the people close to him. And it's a really beautiful story. I had such a good time coming up with the concept for it and coming up with the characters. These two are some of my favourite characters that I've ever created. I love them so much. I had such a fun time coming up with their personalities. And I put a lot of myself into this book, you know. I really wanted it to feel emotional, but also kind of light-hearted. There's lots of funny scenes in the book. Obviously I haven't finished writing the book, I'm only a few chapters in actually, but the plan's down, the base is down, the foundations are there. I just need to, you know, bulk it out and add the rest. But I'm really excited to keep working on it and developing these characters further. And I think that things will change my plans for the book, you know. I'm sure I will change some things, but the base is there and I really love it, and I'm super excited for you to see these characters and to meet them. I've really enjoyed sharing this with everyone, so I hope you've enjoyed watching it. But anyway, I'm almost done with his outfits. I hope you like them. They're very basic, you know, nothing special, but I wanted his personality to kind of come through in the clothing that he's wearing. I think I kind of made him feel a bit awkward, a bit kind of, I suppose, out of place, but also I wanted him to just look like a kind of normal boy as well, because at the end of the day he is a normal boy, he's just not in his element, and I think that's something a lot of us can relate with. But anyway, here are his photos. I really hope you've enjoyed watching this video, and I highly suggest watching Ting's video as well, because they could just go really well together. But anyway, I will see you in the next one. Bye!